Hey, what's up, Raider Nation? This video is way overdue. But look, I just got a lot of things going on in my life right now. Some things I can't get past, I can't ignore, and I got to take care of. So just bear with me. I'm still recovering. Unfortunately, my wife is still recovering, and we're just dealing with a lot of issues right now. So Red Nation, just bear with me. I'm going to get on a better schedule. I'm going to be more consistent. I just need some time to recover from this thing. So, because if there's anything I wanted to do was to talk about Game 1. That was an incredible game. I know a lot of guys are down, not down, but have come down and really have evaluated what we have done. And I just can't get over how well our defense played. If there was any takeaway from that game, it was A, our will to win, okay? B, how our defense took a complete change from what it was last year. Last year, we would have not won that game, okay? Our defense would have found a way to lose us that game, okay? This year, and this be Pacific, right? Our defensive line willed this team to win this game. I think it was the driving force for the offense being as aggressive as it was. It allowed the back end to be as aggressive as they were. It fueled this team. Our defensive line, as I stated, is the fuel of this team. The offense is going to do what it's going to do. The other parts of this defense is going to grow. They're going to get better over time. This defensive line, if it plays the way it played in Game 1, we are going to be in the playoffs. You understand what I'm saying? We are going to be in the playoffs. So let's just break this down for a minute, man. So I was a little confused about why we were just force feeding the ball to Walker the whole, the first early part of the game. And after really understanding what was happening, our outside guys really wasn't breaking open, okay? And Carr didn't have their trust early in the game. Renfro was doing a good job. That's why he was getting some targets. But the way the defense was playing, they were really focusing on outside guys, and our outside guys were not really breaking open. I had to really look at the film study later on to really understand that, okay? There were some shots that he missed. He missed some plays, all right? He did miss some plays, but it wasn't like he was just force-feeding Waller because that was the game plan. I think it evolved into that in the early part of the game. And as the game grew, I think, our young guys are just that. They're young, right? And we were playing a very good defense. Despite their injuries, right? We were playing a very good defense. And that defense was dictating the ball go to Waller. And that's what Carr did. And so the offense was kind of predictable at times. Our running game, although when we ran the ball, we ran it pretty well. We just didn't run it enough. They didn't have the consistency. I think a lot of it was because of, the injury. I don't know how bad. I don't know. It was just weird, because when we ran the ball, we actually, there's only a few times it really stuffed us, right? There were quite a few times, we were getting 8, 9 yards on our runs, yet we wasn't running it, and that really was confusing to me, it really was. So I don't know. The offense was really weird, you know, until the end of the second half. I mean, the end of the second quarter, when we put up those consecutive points, consecutive drives, and what was consistent was our defense and the defensive pressure that we were putting up. And it was a few blitzes, but basically with our front four. That was the impressive part of this defense. Now, we were playing a very athletic quarterback that is going to make plays. When we put pressure on him, he found a way of rushing, getting out of the pocket and making some plays with his legs. And that was to their advantage. That's how they're going to play, you know. So our consistent pressure all night long, right, was to me the key. And when we was able to contain him, that's when we created our turnovers. That's when we created our stops. But one of the things that was extremely consistent was our pressure. Our pressure. These guys look unblockable. Okay? The effort they put into cannot be ignored. And this is what I told you. I told you this was going to occur. And it came to fruition. So I'm just happy that we was able to make some plays at the end of this game. That we was able, the will for us to win. Listen, let's talk about something right quick, okay? I know Derek Carr gets a lot of criticism, right? He's an average quarterback. Blah blah blah. We all know the things that we hear, right? These are things that you really have to understand about this young man. And this is why I think this young man is way above average. I'm not going to say he's in the top 10. Top 12, I definitely feel like he's in the top 12. And there are times, and this is one of those games, he flashed brilliance in some of these plays, okay? He showed that he was not only athletic, he was smart enough to understand what was coming up. So he's being well coached and receiving that coaching, and his execution. So what more do you want him to do? Okay? What more do you want to do? His attributes was on display. Leading into tying that game. Okay? For one thing, what he did was he recognized that Waller was not going to be an option. Renfro was not going to be an option. And he went to Edwards and gave him some great balls. Right? Pause. And he made the plays in a timely manner to get us into field goal range and opportunity for our field goal kicking to tie the game. And we tied the game winning overtime. In overtime, right? He recognized what Baltimore was doing. That zero blitz. And he put us in the right plays and made the right throws. Okay, so when you criticize him, understand that this guy does the things that we need. If you're a Raider fan, or even if you're not, okay, but he does the things that we need to win games, okay? That's why he's my guy. Now, would I take him over some other quarterbacks? I mean, in a lot of cases, no. In a lot of cases, no. Because now there's going to be a learning curve. So unless you're talking about somebody that's extremely high, right? I mean extremely high. Quality quarterback. I mean extremely high, right? We're talking top 3, top 5, top 3, okay? If we're talking about one of the top 3 quarterbacks that are not old, and that comes to play too, right? Because this guy has a lot of years left. I'm going to stay with Carr, okay? So I just want that to be clear. All right, this is my guy because I like what he does under pressure. He doesn't get rattled. He's well coached. He's receiving that coaching, and he makes plays. What more do you want from your guy? He's tough, right? What more do you want from a guy? I question it. Sometimes I think people just get in their feelings and just determined not to like somebody, you know? Anyway, so I'm very happy the way we put that victory together. I'm very happy in the way that we played. We played aggressive. We played to win. We didn't play to lose. And I'm just proud of my boys. I'm very proud. So let's look at what next week holds. I know Pittsburgh is going to be extremely hard team to beat, especially at home. I told you, in my preview of the season that Pittsburgh is going to take a step back this year, and I do. I think in general they will take a step back. I think they're a question mark as far as a playoff team, but that doesn't. That's not my evaluation of how of a tough out they're going to be from week to week. They're going to be a tough out, and I think in a lot of ways the Raiders match up well against them. One thing, the biggest concern, this is going to be the key, and it might bore you, because it's going to be repetitive, but it starts on the line, okay? How well our line picks up their front four. And their front four are tremendous, okay? They have some guys, they have some dogs, right? They probably have the best defensive end in the league in Watts, okay? They got paid for a reason, all right? He's going to be a real beast to handle. We're going to have to double him, right? We're going to have to chip him. We're going to have to do things to slow him down because he can be extremely disruptive, right? And what they tend to do is they don't tend to rush. They tend to blitz. They tend to play, just rush their front four and let their back end play. They play all the zones, matchup zones, things of that nature. So it's not going to be as easy to recognize open players because there's so many volume of defensive players in the back end, okay? Because you're only rushing in most cases 4 guys. They might bring a fifth occasionally, but they're rushing 4 guys. So there's just the massive volume in the back sometimes make it difficult to find open players. And then when you have that rush coming at you, right? Carr's going to have to make quick decisions, right? So that's going to be the challenge. That's going to be the biggest challenge. How our offensive line handles their defensive line. That's going to be the key to this game, right? One of the other keys on the other end, once again, our defensive line, right? If our defensive line can create pressure with our front four. Now, our front four, in really injury, if Yannick plays, I feel very good about, how we're going to come out. McCall is out, right? He's not playing. But we have some good backups. I think Cleveland Farrell is going to play this week. That's somebody that's going to add pressure, not on the outside, but I like his rush from the inside. Okay, I think that's where he has more of a benefit to be effective when he rushes from the inside. So I'm excited to see how he's going to be in addition to this line, and it's going to be interesting to see how well they're able to create pressure. The Steelers do have a good offensive line, but they have some injuries also. One of their main offensive linemen is out. So how well are we able to create pressure? Because if we create pressure, one thing being, he's still an effective quarterback, but he's not throwing the ball downfield as effective as he was when he was younger. Okay, and I think that if we can play those underneath routes, the one thing about that, a lot of people say, well, he throws underneath a lot, but what happens is he gets the ball out quicker. Okay, because he's throwing underneath routes. So even though we can get pressure, how quickly can that pressure develop? Okay, that's going to be one of the keys. So if we can, if our linebackers play well, I think we have a good opportunity to really get this win. I really do. And the keys are going to be in the line. That's going to be the keys. Can we hold up? Can our offensive line hold up against their front four and give Carr an opportunity to find open guys in the mass of bodies in their back end? And can our defensive line get pressure on being quick enough and our linebackers play well enough to shut down those short routes? That's basically the key to this game. Okay? And I think we have a good opportunity to win this game. I think we have an excellent opportunity. But it's not going to be easy. But I look forward to the challenge. I look forward to seeing how well we answer the challenge, I should say. And so let me give you a report about our injuries, because that first game kind of cost us. It cost us big time. So Richie is still not, he's not playing. He's out. And that's a little disappointing. I thought that he would be back by now, but he's not. Josh, I think he was last game. That's why I think our running game wasn't as fluent as it was, because they were worried about overusing Josh. But we were still, he still was effective when he did run. But he's out for this game. Okay. Nick, and I'm not going to try his last name right. Linebacker, he's out for this game. And I think that might be an opportunity perhaps for Diablo to get some playing time. I'm excited to see if he's able to get into the game and how well he plays. I think he's going to be in the rotation in this game because Nick is going to be out. So I'm interested to see, because I'm very high on Diablo. Very high. I love the way that kid, I love his effort, and I just love the way he plays. And let's see if he gets in and able to make a good showing for himself. Marcus Mariota, man, wasn't that exciting? For his run. I think, man, if this guy would have stayed healthy, he would have been, he would have been able to make a few plays in this offense. I think he would have done a good. I think it wasn't just one and done. I think the injury stopped him from playing, and it would have been so exciting, man, to see him come in for just 3 or 4 plays during the game, and make a difference, So unfortunately, he's out. Perriman is going to be our backup. I'm good with Perriman. Perriman showed during the preseason that he does have a command of this offense. And of course, we don't want Carr to go down. We don't want to see Perriman. But if Perriman does have to come in, I don't feel horrible about that prospect. Okay, but I do not want to see it. I want that clear. Okay, I do not want to see it. Also, backup safety, Teamer, he's out. So we have some injuries. And McCall, I don't know why McCall isn't listed, but he's out also. Okay. Yannick says that he's playing. Okay. There was a question mark earlier in the week. They said he was going to be out for a few weeks, right? But now he says, no, I'm playing. He says he's playing. I think they have him listed as questionable. Yeah, he's listed as questionable. But that man says he's playing. So hey, let's see how effective he is, because he was very effective when he played in game one. The combination of him and Max, that's dynamic outside ends. That rush on the outside is going to be tough, especially for quarterbacks that are not mobile. Mobile quarterbacks, you know, that outside pressure is one part of it. You still need to get the internal pressure to keep them contained. We did a very good job against, you know, I think we did as good a job as possible. You know, we could have, you know, in game one. But with an athletic quarterback like that, it's hard. You're not going to contain that guy. You're just not going to contain him. You know, not for the whole game. But against less of athletic quarterbacks, that pressure will get there. We'll get home. And I'm excited to see how well they play Sunday. Sunday's going to be a great indicator, right? Because Ben is very smart. He's not as elusive as he used to be. But he makes quick decisions, right? So that's going to be an exciting matchup. How well our rush and our defensive line plays in this game against a very experienced, basic pocket passer. You know, totally different dynamic than we had in game one, right? And it's going to be exciting to see, and I'm looking forward to it. So I think we have a great opportunity to win this game. I really, really do. I look forward to it. Some people might not understand the rivalry. Our rivalry with the Steelers is probably one of the reasons why I became a Steeler fan. I mean, Lord have mercy, a Raider fan. Okay, that rivalry with the Steelers back in the day, back in the 70s, it was tremendous. It was borderline criminal, right? I mean, in fact, if you really want to know the truth about the matter, go back and look at it. I forgot the coach. I forgot, man, how did I forget this guy's name? But anyway, he tried to file charges against us because we were playing too rough. Can you believe that? Can you believe that? So the rivalry and just the passion these guys played back in the day created some tremendous games. And this is this rivalry with the Steelers is one of the reasons why I became a huge fan of the Raiders. This is it. So I have a vested interest in this game. I'm excited to see about how our present team plays well against a quality team, you know, on the road. But there's a backstory to this, right? And it's exciting to see. So I'm gonna end this video, guys, like I always do. Take care of each other, love each other, right? And guys, be blessed. Raider Kev is out. Go Raiders.